Oh God! But we're here. Like it's live.
It's
We're
happening.
Recording. Okay, I'm just gonna be so honest with you guys. I just feel like this is the official part of the podcast, the second episode, where we have to have something consistent every single time we start the episode, every single week. And I don't know what to say.
It will come naturally. Like, okay. Welcome back. Is that too basic?
That's
welcome back, everyone.
Welcome. You don't You like
escapees.
Okay. Do you guys like being called the escapees? We're here to ground you.
It's really cute.
As earth signs.
Yes.
We're grounding you. Welcome back to not reality. I hate all of this.
Escapism.
Escapism. Yeah. We support it.
Yeah.
Hello everyone, welcome back. This is the second episode of the Press Escape podcast with Lisa and Rae. Even though she's been calling me Rachel, now I'm like, do I go by Rachel or do I go by Rae? I'm still thinking about it.
We are flipping off and on. It's like you call me Lisa, then Lisa, and I call you Rachel and Rae.
We have like 7 names altogether.
Completely.
Alythuh, Alyssa, Lisa, Rae, Rachel, Valkyrae. We'll even add Valky. Mika's owner. Crazy. I guess well, you prefer Lisa and I prefer Rae. So okay, right. I'm going to absorb that into my brain.
I'm going to absorb it too.
You're a new person to me.
Completely.
So new. You're Lisa now. Who?
Yes,
Alyssa who?
new
It's
persona.
Lisa. Okay, today's episode, we wanted to obviously focus on what it's like to be born with a vagina in this world that we live in. This is the woman in business episode. We have to do it. I feel like, I mean, look at her.
I'm a woman.
Dude, and a fine one at that. It's crazy. So yeah, I just wanted to, talk to you about like what it's like to be a woman and a woman of color in your industry.
So I am in the business, e-com, and art industry, and both are predominantly male. And being in this industry as a woman, well, first of all, I feel very lucky to be in my position, and I don't have any complaints. But when I do come across certain issues and problems where I know it stems from misogyny, it sucks. And those come rarely now, especially as I move up in business and I establish more of a sense of self. The respect follows that. But I remember in, my earlier 20s, a lot of people just didn't take me seriously as a businesswoman, especially the way I present. It's very feminine. I don't have, people don't respect you as much if you're more feminine presenting versus like mass presenting.
They just think you're selling your body or
completely,
which is, by the way, it's okay. Get the bag. If that's how you want to get the bag, you get the bag. I think as long as you're not hurting anyone, it's consensual with whatever it is you're doing.
Right.
Like whatever it is you got to do to like pay rent, do it. You know? If it makes you happy, who fucking cares what anyone, anyways, back to you.
Can you tell us about how it is navigating the streamer space, because that's heavily male dominated, girl.
You would be surprised. There's actually way more women in gaming than it seems like, because I think a lot of people outside of the gaming and streaming space, they think of gamers as either like 5-year-olds or 40-year-old men in their mom's basement.
Right.
But in reality, literally everyone plays games. There's so many different varieties of games, and I truly do think there's a game for everybody. True. There really is. Like there's tic-tac-toe, there's chess, there's like card games, there's role-playing games, there's MMOs, there's so many different types of games, shooters, all of that. And I just think it's a form of entertainment, right? And
it is.
People just want to be entertained. Like when you're a kid, when you're a kid, you just want to like play. And I wanted to just play games because it's fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, being a girl, obviously there is just, a lot of misogyny. I've seen it all. I've read it all. There isn't anything anyone hasn't told me that, but also everyone else's experience as well. I think the online space is very, it's used as an escape for a lot of people, and a lot of people that are hurting in real life, and they use it to vent. Yeah. And I think there's a lot of reasons for why people hate streamers.
Can you say some of the reasons?
I would, because the way I envision it is, imagine, you're working your 9 to 5, you see a streamer that does it for a living. They make way too much money to be able to sit at home comfortably and play games. it's, you know, it shouldn't be real. I think that it's also obnoxious that I've made a career off of it. I do. I think it's obnoxious that I got to where I am today because I was able to do what I wanted so happily.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of people that have, like, suffer to just
true.
pay the bills. And I saw it, like, when I used to work at a bank, I would see people come in every Friday, get their paycheck, and they can't even get it cashed out the same day for whatever reason, and they would have to go home without their cash. And it's like people are paying
really sucks,
paycheck to paycheck, working 60. Oh my God, it was so, bro, working at a bank is devastating. You just see the worst parts of the world.
Because when it comes to money, I feel like it triggers people's survival instincts. So then you really get to see like people like in their most rawest moments when they're checking something in or when they have to pay out something. Yeah. So I understand what you're saying.
So I think people like there's a lot of envy, there's jealousy, there's like, you know, people want to be able to do what they want for a living that makes them happy. People want to be able to live comfortably, and I can see why people would hate a streamer that, you know, what if the streamer is not even a good person, they're getting away with it kind of thing. So, yeah. But anyways,
I could see that side of it.
Back on track to being a woman in this space. I mean, I've been doing this for 10 years now. There are a lot of guys, but there are girls. They're all very hidden. It's kind of one of those things where I just never use voice comms playing with random strangers because they'll just shit on you. You know, there's the get back in the kitchen jokes that have been going on for like a billion years now.
Can we pause? What's voice comm?
Oh, like like when in some games it has like you can talk to your teammates.
Okay.
To be able to like communicate and stuff in games. So for example, like games like Valorant, where you can queue in solo. Right. And you're queued up with random people on your team, and to be able to communicate, you can use pings. Right. This is so fun. We gotta play some games, girl.
I suck at games. The last game I played, I cried because I sucked so much at it. And I'm like, I'm not doing this again.
What game was it?
It was Gravity Rush, and there's a certain mission where you have to like, it's like an aiming, I don't know the terms for it, but like you have to like aim your character at something. And I was like, why do I suck at this? And then I was like crying, and my mom's ex-husband was like, is she crying? And my mom was like, yeah. And he just started laughing. I'm like, fuck you, I can't get past this level. But then after that, I just started playing like really calm games like Persona. Like Persona and Animal Crossing.
Pokemon.
Yeah, Stardew Valley. But like, if you ever want to play a game, just know I would really suck at it.
I will find a relaxing one.
I'm down for anything.
Where you can't suck at it.
No, I'm down to suck. As long as you're down to absorb that energy.
Oh my God. I think it'd be fun. Now, you know what? After this, I'm gonna literally like start looking up a bunch of games that we can play together.
Okay.
Anyways, back on track. We need a back on track time. Yeah. I'm so serious. I feel like You
were talking about voice comms and like people are like misogynistic about it. What is that?
Even when I used to like talk to strangers when I was playing games and stuff, and I would get harassed for being a girl, I just like wouldn't even be streaming. I wouldn't even be live, and it was still happening. And so I was like, you know what? I'm never gonna like give these people the opportunity to just embarrass me like this.
Barbaric and Neanderthal. They would just attack you because you have you're a girl.
And you know what's crazy? Even if I'm
you guys are losers if you do that. You guys are it's loser energy.
It's common. Like,
it's common.
I mean, you know, people are just rude online because they can. It's anonymous. There's no consequences, really. I mean, sure, you can get reported and hopefully they get banned, but in reality, like,
was it men doing this? Do women do this? Like attack you, or is it men?
I've never been attacked by a woman. And I feel like girls just kind of, you know, we've been through it, so we understand. And I think if it's a girl doing that, I feel like she's probably just really hurt.
I'm just picturing a man getting mad at a woman's voice on, like, through a game, and I think that's just so dumb.
Yeah, it happens.
I'm so sorry.
I think the biggest thing now that I've actually been currently dealing with is being in the space. I've been in it for 10 years now. I'm 32, you know, and it's like I'm probably one of the older, successful women in the space. And so this is like new. Like no one is really, you know, no one's experienced what's it like to be 50 in our generation playing, like streaming, right?
You're like
which is also why I'm doing other
You're
forms
the era
of like
that started it,
business.
for sure.
So yeah, it's recently, just last week, actually, someone on Twitter posted my Hi Studios photos of me in my schoolgirl outfit, even though I think it was like fashion pics, right?
It was fashion pics, girl. You look good.
I did look good. They were
So
fire.
good.
The stylist did so good. The shoot was
The
awesome.
hair.
It was such a great launch. I'm so
Everything.
proud. Thank you. But they posted that on Twitter and they go, "Isn't she too old to be doing this? She should be starting a family." And it's like, it's obviously like I think they're just baiting for engagement, because obviously it's stupid to say that. But I was really thinking about it. I was like, man, I really am one of the older ones in the space now because I've been doing this for so long.
Yeah.
We really don't know what it's going to be like to be a streamer that's been streaming for like 20 years, because it hasn't happened yet.
It hasn't at all.
Like
You're
people,
pioneering it.
yeah, it's crazy. Like I've only been doing it for 10 years now, but there's been people that have been streaming for like 15 years.
15 years?
Oh, like, yeah,
Wow.
for a long time. But no one's been streaming for like 20 years. This is all new.
This is all new, and
we don't even know how this is going to affect us in the
there's
future.
no like guidebook on how you can even like heal from certain things online, how you can process it. So I can imagine you're rolling with the punches.
Yeah.
And that really sucks in that regard, to be honest.
I'm just also, even though this is like, that's like a sad part of reality, like just being harassed online for being a girl and stuff. And beauty is so important.
Beauty is a currency.
People just like, yes.
It's a currency.
I don't take it for granted. Like, I understand that, you know, beauty and aesthetics do help in some forms of business. It definitely does. I just like, it's crazy when nowadays I'm getting like, oh, aren't you too old to be like posting a TikTok? Aren't you too old to be posting a TikTok?
Okay.
Aren't you too old to be dressing like that kind of thing? But in reality, it helps my other businesses. Like I need to keep posting to promote Hi Studios, to promote our podcast. We're going to be posting.
It's a domino effect, and I feel like people are so like short-sighted when they think about things where they don't really think that this could help XYZ.
Oh yeah, it's more than just posting for attention, because that's also another thing that people say is like, oh, you're just posting like this for attention, when in reality, like, no, this is all business. It really is.
It really is all business. And side note, who sees an attractive woman as a man and you get mad at it? I feel like that's really...
You should be saying thank you.
You should be saying thank you.
Thank you for blessing my eyes. Like every time she posts an Instagram pic, oh my God, thank you to the heavens for letting me see my day better. The sky clear. But
you're everything. You're so everything.
Thank you so much. So what kind of challenges have you faced in your space?
So in my space, since I know that some of the things that I post online, like I'm very feminine, I like posting in more like provocative outfits, or just outfits like this, where it's like, it's
feeling sexy.
I like feeling sexy. I like being sensual and whatnot. But a lot of the times people assume that I have a sugar daddy. I've gotten that so many times. I know that one time somebody quote tweeted my apartment and they said, "You don't get floor to ceiling windows like this unless you're giving it up to a guy."
I think imagine, could you make an anonymous account and hate on somebody that you don't know, but do it anonymously? Because
I couldn't do it.
I can't even do it morally. So I think people that do that hate online, even anonymously, I really feel like they're hurting inside. Like, there's no other reason to it. They're hurting inside for whatever reason.
Completely.
Whether there's
insecurities.
There's insecurities.
I think that's the part that gets me, where it's like I don't want to think about it too much, because those insecurities I would personally hate to have. So just digesting that problem itself is like, okay, well, you said it, so I kind of just try to not think about it too much.
Yeah.
But
people also don't see what you've been through, like what it took for you to get to where you are today.
Yeah.
You know, they just see like the result, like
completely,
right now.
Completely. And I do feel like, because social media is framed in that way where you show the highlights but no one ever sees your behind the scenes. And I think in the most recent years, as I'm getting older, I want to show people more behind the scenes and kind of the things that go into having a business, doing a startup, the nitty gritty of it all. I will say in the past, I didn't really do that. So I could understand coming from a place of like, oh, why are they saying this?
Oh, yeah.
I know that some things can be left just to envy alone, but I know that there's like
There's more than
another
that.
layer of it that I just don't want to dismiss. But yeah, so
I mean, they could just hate women. They could hate.
that is very true.
They could be racist.
Oh yeah, I deal with
there's,
that a lot.
There's a plethora of reasons for why some person online might just be mean to you.
Yeah,
And
completely.
Mostly because like it's an escape. I think the internet's escape. Like they see something, it upsets them and it hurts them, and that just happens. But
It just happens.
so,
yeah.
what advice would you give to anyone that's trying to be an artist or start a business in your field?
So what I would say is that you really have to build up your sense of self and have a great support system, because if you don't know like who you are and you don't have like, you don't really sit with yourself and build up like hobbies you want to do or read stuff that you want to read, and just like be by yourself, then you're gonna take in what other people are saying. And if you don't have like your support system, then you're not gonna know how important you are to different people. But in terms of like, sorry, I think I'm like sidetracking. Like I just spiral when I talk about certain things.
No,
but
you're doing great.
Okay.
I feel like you're doing great. Just pretty
Yeah.
much like advice on just what, for anyone that's just trying to, you know, that's inspired by you. That
Okay,
wants to,
so
like, do.
my advice also for business is you can't be afraid of being a bitch and really asserting yourself in the space, because I know that a lot of women, especially a lot of women of color, they are going to get talked down on. They're not going to shake your hand in meetings. They're going to go, if you have a team, like I have a team and I have white people on my team, I have men on my team. When we go to meetings, like when I went to Licensing Expo and whatnot, they think that my COO, which is a white man, is the founder of the business, and they shake his hand. And those are some things where you kind of just have to be like, no, I'm here, let your presence be known.
Yeah.
And, you know, it sucks, but that's just something that you have to roll with, because in this position, like you're making a lot of money. You're doing things that a lot of people wish that they were doing. So it's just like, it's a give and take for sure.
Yeah. Man, that's crazy that you went into a meeting and they just like didn't even acknowledge you.
Yeah, that happened a couple of times where they're kind of just like, oh, you know, she
They
must
just
be
don't assume that you're the one that's founded the company.
Yeah, and you know, before I used to blame it at like, oh, I'm wearing like a form-fitting black dress. I look really done up and feminine. Should I be more like, you know, professional looking? But at this point, I'm 27 now, and I'm just like, I'm done with the shit. Like, you need to shake my hand.
Yeah.
I'm here. It also has a lot to do with
they should
demeanor.
go into the meeting knowing that you are
completely.
the boss.
Completely.
Yeah.
But what about you? What are some things that you kind of have to struggle with as like business owner, streamer, all that? Are there any struggles in that area?
I like that you mentioned that you want now to do more, like show people behind the scenes of how like you've got to where you are. Cause like in my life, all I've done is show behind the scenes. And cause like there's been people like seeing my whole growth through this industry and like being able to, I just said like, and I've been so cautious about not saying like. I'm now in my head about it.
Oh
like,
my
did
God.
I say like a lot?
Am
Because
I
I'm trying-
saying it
I was
too?
like, you know, no, you haven't been saying like, but I wanted to be cautiously aware of the fact that I'm not going to say like a lot. So
Okay.
that is the one time I'm saying like, and
no,
then I'm going
gonna
to
say it.
No. We are.
I think I'm
we
going to
are
say
very
it now.
well. We speak well.
We speak eloquently.
Yes, very eloquent,
Very
demure,
eloquent, demure.
classy. I don't need filler words like.
Okay.
Anyways,
No. No.
I don't need to say it. Okay. What was the question?
I'm like gonna
got
like the way this brain works. I'm just gonna be like, okay, don't say it. Okay, never mind.
Now
Never
we
mind.
need a
Go
like
on.
counter. What was the question? What were we talking about before I got entirely sidetracked? It was very important. Just know it was very, very important. But
It will come back.
I hope it does, because
As we talk about this more.
whatever it was a very good point. But I would say challenges now in my space. Let's see. I think for me, I've always wanted to gain respect. I value respect so much in my life. And for some reason, no matter what happens, no matter how much I do, how much I succeed in whatever it is I'm doing, if I mess up one time, I feel like I lose all respect. I think another big thing that I worry about in this space is working with the right agency and management. You have to have a good team around you. There is a lot of naive, little precious baby angel streamers that get picked up by a manager that takes like 20% of every deal and just like, they don't understand their value. Sometimes these pro players will join an esports company and not get paid. Not even
messed up.
I think it's different now, but back in the day, you know, they would just want to be repped by this org and just not even get paid at all for it. So
that's what happened to me. So a talent manager emailed me and he said I could possibly, keyword possibly, get you some collaborations with like Nike or something. And he's like, and I was like younger at this point. So I was over the moon about it, but he was like, I need to take 20% of whatever deals I get for you and 20% whatever you make from your store. I'm like,
see, that's the insane
bitch,
part.
What are you talking about?
You said no, right?
I said no.
Okay, good.
I was gonna say yes because I'm like, oh my God, like just like early 20s, like this is so cool. But I'm like, you have nothing to do with my store.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
That's so dangerous when they start taking a percentage of like stuff that's not even related to them.
Absolutely.
Entirely. Okay. Advice. Okay. If you're trying to start a business or if you're trying to start streaming or do YouTube or whatever it is, like just surround yourself with people you trust. It is so important to be surrounded by a good team of people that you trust, that you can rely on. And, you know, you want to build a relationship with people that, like Mauricio, for example. I've known him since he first started working on 100 Thieves.
Also, I would add to that, take advice from people who you would switch places with, because a lot of people in business are going to give you advice with no credentials. And if they're telling you like, oh, you should do X, Y, Z, it's kind of coming from a personal level. Because I've had a lot of people do that where it's like, you should come out with this product because I like it. And it's like, I don't know.
But they don't know like the steps it takes to like make that product or
to
like
make it
how your experience in the space, you know?
Yeah, your demographic and whatnot. So there's a lot of business that, nitty gritty.
So I think more advice. I want this to be an advice episode. I just want to share as much advice as we can for, you know, people that are trying to start a business or trying to like be a streamer or whatever. If you're specifically trying to do entertainment in like YouTube, being a streamer, doing social media, I truly think you need to be as authentic as possible because it is hard acting, especially when it's not edited, because live streams are live.
Yeah.
Like, you can't pretend every single day for 24/7 all the time, right?
That would be exhausting.
It is really exhausting.
I
also,
imagine.
I'm very expressive, and so my audience can tell when I'm sad or, you know, if I'm bottling something up.
That's really cute.
Yeah, so they'll be like...
That's adorable.
They'll be like, oh, are you okay? You look tired. And in reality, I'm just like really tired. Yes, I am tired. I also think you have to post everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, if you are doing a business... This is a big example. My makeup artist, her name is Telly, also Filipina, very talented.
Aww.
She's been in the space makeup industry for so long, but she doesn't do any social media. But if she did, you know, we could have collabed together where she could do my makeup on her channel or whatever.
That would be amazing
that
for
would
her.
promote her business more, right?
Did you ask her to do that?
I told her, I was like, listen, you should start a channel or like at least upload makeup TikToks because you're so talented.
Right.
Sometimes all it takes is just like posting, right?
Being
I think
consistent.
that's being consistent and posting your work everywhere.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I think that's how I blew up on Twitch when I started playing Fortnite, because I was uploading my Fortnite sniping trick shots on Instagram.
Wait, really? If Fortnite is how you like...
Yes, Fortnite was the first time I blew up. Yeah.
Okay, exciting.
And
can you talk about that more? Wait.
So, when I started streaming on Twitch 10 years ago, I played a lot of variety games, blah, blah, blah. I was playing a series called Dark Souls, and I didn't want to touch Fortnite with a 10-foot pole. I just didn't want to play it. But my friend, his name was Myth, I still owe him, like I still credit him to my success to this day because of him, he's the reason why I started uploading videos to YouTube and why I started playing Fortnite. He's like, you need to stop playing everything else, play Fortnite, upload gameplay of Fortnite.
Okay.
Upload your clips and you're gonna do great. And so I did. And then because of that, I joined 100 Thieves, an esports organization that I now co-own.
Oh my God.
I got my agency. I got a bunch of sponsored deals. I went really full time in streaming now and gaming, and it just went up from there. All the opportunities started coming. And then because of that first blow up, I got my first YouTube contract. So I signed over to YouTube to be a streamer
Oh, wow.
on YouTube. That was 5 years ago. Well, 4.5 years ago.
Okay, so you've been on YouTube for 4.5 years?
Yes.
And prior to that, you were on Twitch for
5 years, yeah.
5.
So I streamed
Oh,
on
wow.
Twitch for 5 years, and then I signed to YouTube with a 2-year contract, another 2-year contract, and then I'm in my 1-year contract. They're no longer having deals anymore like this. These were life-changing deals, by the way. I live a blessed life. My life is an anomaly. I will never take it for granted. It is insane that these YouTube contracts, it's when like these platforms were kind of paying out streamers to stream on their platforms.
Right.
So since there was like a high demand for streamers, these platforms are offering millions of dollars
Oh my
to
God.
stream. So
That's
you stream on
insane
there.
money.
So
Life-changing.
Yeah. Oh, it absolutely is life-changing, and I'm so lucky. But anyways, so my contract ends in January.
Right.
And after that, it's like I can stream anywhere. I can do anything. I don't know. It's exciting because it's like, oh, that means I don't have hours. I can focus more on the podcast or focus more on my media company. So there's a lot of business potential now because of all the past opportunities. It really is a butterfly effect.
Do you like staying in those contracts between Twitch and YouTube, or is there one where you want to stay hard stuck on? Are we allowed to talk about that?
Oh, we can talk about it. Yeah.
Okay. Because like, what's the difference?
So after all my experience with streaming on Twitch and YouTube, they both have very high highs, very low lows, and lots of pros and cons.
She did say it.
What?
Hi.
I said the thing.
Oh wait. Oh.
But with Twitch, I think the reason why I like Twitch a lot is because when a viewer goes to Twitch, they're going there to watch a live streamer.
Right.
On YouTube, when people go to YouTube, they're going there to watch videos.
Right.
VODs. They're going there to watch edited content, and it's a sea, an ocean of content. On Twitch, it's predominantly games. It's predominantly people go there to watch people play games. And so ultimately, my live streams are competing with VOD and videos, right?
Oh, I see.
So, but on Twitch, there's also a really good directory where if I play a new game, I'll be at the top of the directory, and a new person that never heard of me
nice.
before.
I've seen that actually when I went on Twitch. There's like a bunch of like usernames on the side.
Animal Crossing, and you click it, and you can see all the the people streaming Animal Crossing, and you can just discover someone that way. But on YouTube, it's very difficult to, find new streamers because they're not focusing on streamers.
There's
anymore.
a lot of things on there. That is true.
There's just so much content, and YouTube did tell me they're focusing on YouTube Shorts, which it competes with TikTok. So that's their priority now is video, like always, and Shorts.
Right.
So, but the good things. I just spilled on my shirt. I'm so sad.
No.
It's okay. No, it's green.
No.
It's fine. What I like about streaming on YouTube is that it's pretty much where all of my subscribers, there's a bigger sea, right?
Yeah.
I view YouTube as like the ocean and Twitch is like a pond.
Okay.
Everyone knows YouTube.
Yeah, everyone does.
Not everyone knows Twitch, right? And so you're accessible to a lot more countries, a lot more people can just discover you on there through video. If I uploaded more videos, my streams would do better. Admittedly, I don't post videos as much as I should because I'm focusing on.
You're really busy.
I focus on a lot of other stuff.
Busy.
But at this point, I'm happy with where I've been putting my time. Like I'm very happy with.
Sorry. Are the audiences different on Twitch and YouTube?
I think there's a culture for sure. Because on Twitch, there's like an emote culture where a lot of people, they spam certain emotes, and that's how you communicate is, like what the whole chat is like spamming together. It feels like, a little community.
Right.
On YouTube, we don't really have that emote culture. So people are typing out their real feelings in words. So I get sentences, and I get, it's not so spammy. I get opinions, lots of opinions. And I mean, you do on Twitch as well, but like, since it's easier when someone just posts like emotes and stuff, right?
Right.
I mean, there's pros and cons to both. Have you ever thought about streaming?
I did for like a week, and then
you didn't like it?
I didn't like the thought of it because I feel like I don't perform well on camera live. I tried being live once long time ago, and I felt like myself shiver up, and I was like, okay, I'm not going to be doing that again. But I think after I gained more self-confidence over the years, like I wouldn't be opposed to it.
I can teach you. And
you can teach me confidence?
Oh, no, streaming. I feel like confidence is something you gotta work on from the inside out.
I do have confidence.
I wish I could teach you confidence. I mean, I can teach you, how to be confident in streaming. Probably.
That's where I'm not confident. I think I'm more confident in real life, but in streaming, it's a different case.
If you're trying to be a streamer, this is my best advice. I truly do think there is an audience for everybody. Also, it's not just gaming. People stream cooking all the time. There's cooking streamers. There's art streamers. People draw on stream. Some people have webcams. Some people don't. People love a more relaxed streamer. Some people like people that scream, like I do. I scream all the time. I think my audience is deaf, admittedly.
You've got a great scream.
Yes. If anyone out there is filming a horror film, I can be a screamer.
Yeah.
But I think there really is an audience for everybody. It's a matter of getting discovered by those people. So collaborations are so important. And it doesn't matter if it's a big creator or not. I truly think you can be someone that has 10,000 viewers. And if you collab with someone that has 5 viewers, that's still 5 more people that maybe didn't know who you were, right? It's a win-win for everybody.
Right. So in terms of collaboration, you have to deal with a lot of people. Does that get muddy sometimes when someone wants a collaboration or someone starts like a whole like game and then other people aren't there?
Oh, I think there was during COVID, I'm sure you guys have heard I'm sure you've heard of a game called Among Us. I don't know why that was so difficult for me to say, but yeah, this game called Among Us during COVID, it was pretty much the game that everyone played and streamed because you could collab with 10 creators, 10 people, and they're all streaming. It was the biggest collaboration. It was also easy for people to digest the game that didn't ever play games or watch games because it was a mafia game, right? Like you find the bad guys. It's like a murder mystery type of thing.
Yeah, I played it before.
Oh, you have? Did you like it?
I didn't understand it at first, but I've seen other people play it and I think it looks fun.
Yeah, it was fun. I played it every single day for like 8 months. And
8 months?
Oh yeah, no, during COVID, and it was the peak of my career. I peaked at like 150,000 viewers in one live stream.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was an
That's
anomaly.
incredible.
It shouldn't have happened. It was absolutely insane. But I think people understand that the lobbies fill up,
Yeah.
People, also, you want to like play with people that you vibe with. Because I feel like a lot of people don't mesh very well. Like their personalities don't mesh well, and viewers feel awkward when you feel awkward.
They can feel that too.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow. That must be really nerve-wracking then.
I mean,
when it's like
at
you're
this
playing...
point, like I'm just so unapologetically myself that it's like
you are.
People that are there to watch me know how I am at this point, right? Like, if you like me, you like me. If you don't, then I'm not the streamer for you, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I think you would do well on streams.
Really?
Yeah, I think you would do really well.
I'd give it a shot. I'll give anything a shot once or twice or 3 times. If it doesn't work well.
Shot. Okay, back on track. What are ways that you
wait? What?
Back on track. We get so sidetracked. It's crazy. Okay, what are ways that you find yourself doing for self-care and relaxing, like after work? Do you ever get super stressed? And how do you manage your stress?
So I do get really stressed when it comes to work because I put a lot of my self-worth on what I can put out into the world and just taking care of my team and how I can put food on the table for like family and stuff.
Yeah.
So at the end of a work day, I have to take a shower, brush my teeth. It's all like really simple things, but I have to write these things down to remember to do it. Remember to drink water, because I feel like when you're in that work mode, you like kind of lose who you are, and you just completely banish everything else. But anyway, is that a word? Banish is a word. Okay, sorry, my mind is like blanking out. But what I do to relax is I like playing Persona, just like story mode games. I like playing my Switch, reading. I read a lot of spicy romance books. That's the one in season. Playing Sudoku, just doing things that make me want to slow down. And I feel like as we are getting older, and since I engage with like TikTok and stuff, a lot of that short-term media, I started to want to learn things that are hard for me.
Oh, yeah. That's why you're picking up new languages?
Yeah, because I just felt like I was short-circuiting when I talk to people and just in everyday life. And I was like, I feel so dumb. It's been forever since I've been in school. I dropped out of college. It's been like how many years since high school? I God knows when. But other than that, yeah, I'm trying to learn a language. I'm trying to like play Sudoku more. Just do a bunch of things. I'm prioritizing friends and family now, because I would say like in the last like couple years, I would just be like, I don't want to hang out. I don't want to do this and that. I just want to hone in on work. And as I'm getting older, I think that it's contributing to more like my depression and stuff, because I don't have that like secure connections with people that I want to have connections with. So
I do feel like you've been out of your shell more.
I have. It's been unnerving, but it's nice because it's something new. The one thing I never want to do is be stagnant, because I feel like when you're stagnant and you're complacent, you can really lose yourself to just being like super comfortable, and that's not a life worth living. Like I was living to work, and I don't want to do that anymore. So what about you, Miss Capricorn? Miss Girl?
I lived to work when I first started working. It made me happy. I am the epitome of what a Capricorn is. I just love to work. It's satisfying to me. It's rewarding. And when I really think about the psychological reasons behind it, I do feel like when I was younger, when I first started getting jobs and stuff, I used work as an escape from home life and my relationships back then. I was in a very like mentally abusive relationship. My ex back then like used me for money, like squatted at my dad's house, but was like stealing stuff and stole. He stole my dad's coin collection, sold it at a pawn shop for heroin money.
That's fucking terrible. That is a wild sentence.
It was devastating to me, because like I wanted to inherit that coin collection from my dad.
Dude, that's like sentimental.
I loved his coin collection. Was incredible. It was my favorite thing that my dad did, and it was just gone. And
what's your status with this ex now? Did you just like fuck you, or are you like on good terms?
I was very fuck you, especially because he was also embarrassed that I started making a gaming Instagram page. I've told the story many times, but I remember when I first made a gaming account on Instagram, and I hit 3,000 followers on it, and I showed him, and I was like, hey, look at this. Maybe I could turn this into a business. I remember I said those exact words. Maybe I could turn it into a business someday.
Yeah.
And he goes, please stop doing this. It's so embarrassing. And it's so cringe, and I don't like it. And I just spent the whole day sobbing. And
that's projection at its finest.
Yeah, I just never,
a lot of insecurity.
I never
into
quit
that
though, because it was the only thing that was making me happy outside of work. Like I was addicted to, because I also worked at GameStop, so I was posting like games I was looking forward to, games I was playing, and
I remember that.
Yeah,
I remember that.
Yeah, and
really
I used working as an escape, and I was so addicted to seeing my bank account hit the next 1,000.
I understand that feeling.
Like when I hit the first 1,000, I was like, oh, I gotta hit the next 1,000. And I just wanted to work. I worked 3 jobs at once for a while. This was right before I became a streamer, really. But it's like I would work at the bank for two nights, and then I would work at GameStop 4 times a week, and then I would work at the car wash 6 days a week. And then I started to quit my jobs as I became a streamer.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm off track, but I worked a lot.
No, keep
really? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even remember the question anymore. I'm just rambling about work.
You were talking about you were talking about how
Bro, This is the way our episodes are gonna go every week. Anyways, yeah. I worked a lot. I escaped life by working, and
yeah.
Admittedly, I worked too much. I worked too much where I didn't want to hang out with anyone. All I wanted to do was stream. At this point, when I was becoming a full-time streamer,
right.
I was working so much where I started getting actual back pain from my spine. I have a pinched nerve back there from a car accident, and I've also got scoliosis.
Oh my God, same.
Yeah, I'm a bent ass bitch. But I realized sitting down all the time was ruining my nerves. And so I was like, I have to balance life now. Yeah. Trying to eat healthier, trying to work out, trying to go outside more. I hate working out.
Yeah.
But you have to do it.
Having discipline, I feel like, is also a form of like self-love too, of just like going out, working out, and like being active, because I also have to like work from home and just sitting, and I would just sit on the ground painting all day, inhaling all this paint fumes, and I'm like, I'm gonna die sooner than later if I don't just get out and go walk. So I understand it takes quite some discipline. It sucks at first, but I feel like when you get the ball rolling, it just like, it's a domino effect of like, oh, I'm doing this, now I can do this, I can form this kind of hobby, I can do this and that. But you're a very busy girl.
Oh yeah.
So that.
Oh yeah, ways I relieve stress and relax.
How do you relax?
When
you get home?
I love bubble baths. Aww. I love bubble baths. I also really love playing Hearthstone Battlegrounds. It's a card game.
Tell me about it. What is Hearthstone?
It's like an RNG.
What's RNG?
Random number generator. So it's an auto battler. It's a card game, but it's also random. So I think the skill behind it is playing around the randomness of what you get in the shop. It's very difficult to explain without showing you it.
Oh, is it like a gachapon? Is it like gambling?
There is like aspects of gambling, but it's not gambling at all. But what you get in the shop is random, and you have to buy cards to be able to play them to defeat your opponent. And it's
that sounds invigorating. Like, you never know what's going to come next.
300 NA.
Oh, that sounds like a big deal. Wait.
No, Mauricio said I have a problem. I think I'm talented. I don't know. I think. I
mean, if you're top 300, then you've got to have. That sounds really skilled.
I'm pretty good at it. I can be better. So I'm pretty good at the game. Yeah.
Okay.
But anyways, I love playing that. I just love. You can also multitask when you play, so I love playing that while watching.
Oh, that's
an
the
animation.
Best.
I love watching shows.
What anime are you into right now? Tell the audience, what's your season of anime right now?
I am like 40 episodes away from catching up in One Piece.
Really?
40 away.
Dude, when we went to the One Piece concert, we were like, what is this Gear 5 Luffy? This is insane work.
We saw so many spoilers.
We cried.
We went to the 25th anniversary of One Piece. They were doing a celebration, a live orchestra, showcasing a lot of the songs from the show. And it was at, what was the event? The whole thing?
Comic-Con?
Comic-Con. Yes, Comic-Con in San Diego. Not San Francisco.
San Diego.
I get San Francisco and San Diego confused all the time because they both have San in it.
That's fair. Right?
San Diego, the south one. San Francisco is north. Anyways, so I brought Alyssa as my plus one because she also loves One Piece. And they had this projector that showed clips from the show of the song that they were playing it from. And so we saw a lot of spoilers from the recent season, and our jaw was just dropping by what we were seeing.
Goosebumps.
I cried. It was incredible.
It was insane.
One Piece is one of those shows that I just, bro, and the new season is incredible.
No spoilers, please.
No spoilers, but it's like a lore dump, all these secrets. Oh, for those of you that don't know, because I feel like there's probably a lot of people watching that just don't watch anime or know anything about One Piece. One Piece is the longest animated series available. It's over 1,000 episodes.
Is that true? That's the longest one? It's gotta be, right?
I think it's that or Detective Conan.
That's why I'm here.
Can you check?
That's why I'm here.
Okay.
It's not. It's not. But it is
what?
It is one of the longest. It's Pokemon's actually longer, it looks like.
Aw,
But One Piece is still
Pokemon.
going. Okay.
Okay, top 20. You-
Okay, One Piece is the 14th longest running anime. I thought it was the longest anime that's out. Apparently, I'm entirely wrong. The 14th longest with over 1,043 episodes.
Honestly,
Which
it's
is-
not enough.
I'm confused how what's that other episode, that series at the top?
Maybe something
How
that's
does
just like
that have
popular in Japan.
7,900?
I feel like that's like a kid show, and
It
like,
has over almost 8,000 episodes. Saze-san?
is it like
Wow, that's incredible.
And still airing. 7,000.
okay? Damn.
It aired in 1946.
1946. They had anime back then.
Oh, wow.
That's crazy.
Awesome. Anyways, I feel like we need to get you a mic, Mauricio. Yeah.
Maybe in the future.
Well, because I feel like it adds context, you know?
Yeah.
When
that
we
is
ask you
true.
questions and stuff. So don't worry. We're going to get Mauricio mic'd up because I do be asking him a lot of questions.
I'll break my rule for this podcast.
Yay! Wait, that's your rule? Is not having a mic?
Break it. Break it for the girls.
Yeah, for the girlies.
But basically, One Piece is one of the best animes ever.
You guys don't understand. I've in love. This series made me cry a lot.
It's a great slow burn series because I feel like a lot of series kind of like get to that like, oh, the wow factor in like 3 episodes, but this one you kind of like you grow with it. Like people have been watching this shit for like over 10 years.
Yeah.
So the way that they do characters and world building and all the relationships is
Yeah.
just something so unique.
you like grow with the characters.
You really do.
It's one of those shows that will have many things happen from seasons and seasons ago, and it comes up and everything starts making sense.
Yeah. It's
Like right now
rewarding.
where I'm at is so mind blowing. I can't believe this is happening and what's happened in the show.
Wait.
I recommend. I admittedly did skip the fillers. I skipped all the fillers.
There is like, you know what's crazy though? One Piece has like, I heard it has like 11% fillers compared
Oh.
to like the other anime counterparts where it's like 20 to 30%. So
Some parts are admittedly slow.
they are. I know that everyone was like Fishman Island arc is just dreadful to get through, but
Wait till you get to Wano.
is it the best one in your opinion?
No. I'm saying it was drawn out.
Oh,
The amount of times I've seen them run down a hallway in Wano made me want to blow my brains out.
no.
Okay.
Wait.
Anyways, we'll do a more anime focused episode in the future. This
Yeah.
is about women in business.
This is about women.
How did we get here? Okay. Anyways, do you have any fears
Any-
in business? Like, what scares you? And what are you worried about when it comes to business?
Can I ask you that question first? Can we Uno reverse it? Because
yeah.
I do have to. I had a lot of fears before, so I'll tell you about my fears prior, before all of this. But I would think that before it was just not being taken seriously as a woman in business,
Not having respect.
not having respect, and I think a lot of my fears are more so based on being like Southeast Asian, Filipino, a brown Asian, more so than a woman, because I feel like people in the past have seen me as that, as like the skin color before as a woman. And when you see me as just like a Filipino, Southeast Asian, you know, when it comes to certain people, I do like feel like I have gone discriminated against, microaggressions. So just not being taken seriously because I'm not like fair skinned. That was one of the fears. But I know that as time went on and I kind of just, like I said, started rolling with the punches, and I just really just started forming more of a sense of self. I was like, okay, then I guess like this is just something I have to deal with.
Yeah.
It's not so much like I'm okay with it. It's more so like you have to adjust, because this
Yeah.
is just how things are gonna be for you. So I don't know if I have any existing fears now. It's more so, oh wait, I do. Just not as being a woman, but just in general. I know that a fear now is just like I want to continue being like a good boss and
Oh, like hurting your employees in some way.
yeah, hurting employees, or just, you know, making sure I'm good enough so then I can put food on the table, I can take care of them, and things can just roll with how Tiny Protectors is going. But what
Yeah.
about you? What are some fears that you have?
Actually one of my fears as well is my family relies on me. My mom and my sister, I fully support them. And I worry that if I fail, it's going to affect their lives. And that's not even just my family, like my team. Like I have a lot of employees. I have teams in so many different areas, like my management team and my agency team, my financial team, my assistants and my production and editing crew and all that. It's just, there's a lot of people that rely on me for like my output of content, especially my editor. He is begging me to film something so he can edit videos and stuff. And I just like, I'm focusing on other stuff. And so it's like, I want to be able to make sure that, you know, they,
you want to
get
make
the
sure they're
work
happy.
that- yeah, I want people to be happy that they're working with me.
Yeah.
I worry that people are gonna be disappointed because one
real.
thing that I do a lot is I struggle with responding to messages.
Do
and
you?
I struggle with it because there's Discord and there's text messages, and then there's like I get messages from like my team, or there's emails. Oh, I'm the worst with emails. I pretty much like tell my team like, please just call me. It's easier that way. But sometimes I'll read a message and think I respond to them in my head, but I don't actually type it, and then I get distracted, and then I never respond to them.
That's a very ADHD thing.
Since I read the message, I don't see it anymore. It's gone.
Yeah.
And so there's people that have like asked me to like, hey, do you want to play a game? Or hey, do you have this due? Can you do this? And I just like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I thought I responded to this. I don't know what happened. I'm so sorry.
Have you ever gotten a strong reaction because you didn't acknowledge messages? Is this why this is something that's like a fear of yours?
No, I think I just like tend to overthink how I come off to people, because there's been times in the past where I mean well, or I'll do something with good intentions, but ultimately outside of my own perspective, what I've done hurt somebody else on accident.
Yeah.
And I worry that my actions like that, where I'm oblivious, this is why I like confrontation. Like I want people to tell me, hey, when you did this, it caused this, which made me feel sad. If you weren't doing what you were doing now in life, what did you see yourself doing when you were younger? And is there something you want to do that you haven't done yet?
So to answer the first question, I really love animals, and I wouldn't doubt that I'd go in the route of like, I don't know if a veterinarian, because that is hard. That's hard work.
It is.
But maybe I'd be like an assistant for veterinarian. Anything that to do with animals, to be honest, is something that I would love to participate in. I was going to school for dental hygiene. I don't think I could do that now because I get grossed out really easily. And if I were to see certain things in mouths and smells, I gag real easily. Just thinking about it makes me want to gag, but I think animals, for sure. What about you?
I wanted to be a dermatologist, but I also got grossed out when I watched videos on YouTube of some really severe pimple popping videos, because I really like, you know, pimple popping.
I really like it too. I think it's so satisfying.
Yeah, but I saw some videos of like some extreme.
I'm like thinking about it. Okay.
Yeah, and it's just I can't imagine like the smell and stuff, and it kind of scared me away from it, because I do get a little queasy as well when it comes to like medical stuff. I also want to be a veterinarian when I was a kid, and I realized like I don't even like needles. I don't even want to give anyone needles. And I plan on freezing my eggs, which you have to stick yourself in the stomach 2 times a day for 3 weeks to get all the eggs all plump up, and then they scoop them out of you. And so I'm like, can I even do this? I don't even know if I want to like stick a needle in my stomach. I don't like it.
You don't do well with like physical pain? Are you like,
am
how's
such
your
a
pain
comfort.
tolerance?
I can have a pain tolerance if I have to.
Right.
But I'm such a comfort person. I will avoid, I love bed rotting. I love eating.
That's
I just
everything.
love bubble baths. I just want to lay there and be comfortable. I love being not in pain.
Right.
But if I have to, but it's like, since I'm choosing to freeze my eggs, it's like, that's self-induced pain, and I don't know if I want to do it because I'm choosing to do it. So I'm like, do I even want kids at this point?
That's a real question.
I feel like
I've been asking myself too, do I want kids at this point? I feel like more and more people, I think they said like our generation, like there's less and less more like a
Well,
want
how
for
do you
kids.
balance that with our lives, right?
Completely.
Because a part of me is like, I just want to be a businesswoman forever. I just want to
I
do
feel
what I
that.
can to inspire people that, you know, that have been following since the beginning of time. And
And I just feel like bringing kids into that equation when you're so like business oriented, that's why I was thinking about it too. It's like, it would be unfair because you do have to dedicate them, you know, dedicate yourself to them. And my sister's a stay-at-home mom, and she does something called the Montessori method. I could be butchering that, saying it completely wrong, but it just focuses more on the fact that like you have to work with the child intuitively. You know, if the child is crying, like pick them up and reassure them. And it has a lot to do with kind of giving yourself up. And I would want to do that with the kid.
yeah, you want to give them 100% of your time.
Completely.
And I worry that I won't be able to do that.
Same.
You know? How do you balance being a business owner and starting a family?
Exactly. Because your business
don't
is
know.
basically your baby.
Like, would we bring our babies to the podcast?
I wouldn't.
I wouldn't either.
Yeah.
That's bad. Emily will probably have to hold my kid. And
I could be your surrogate for the right price.
you would be a surrogate?
Damn.
Oh,
Dude, that's insane.
I don't want my own kids, but I feel like I have to experience like childbirth.
I'm terrified
Emily-
of childbirth, of pregnancy in general.
I already decided if I do decide to have kids, I'm doing a surrogate, 100%.
I want to do surrogate too.
We should freeze our eggs now.
We should do it together and poke each other.
I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I don't want
It's
to do
okay.
it.
No, it's okay. We can do it at the same time.
I don't want to do it. I give up. I don't want kids
Exposure
anymore.
therapy.
I'll just start another business. I'm focused now on business. You know what? Yeah, no, that's, God, it just makes me just, thinking. I just hate that it has to go in the stomach.
Yeah.
I would rather do it in my arm.
You know, for some reason, I'm not that. I handle pain really well, but just imagining a needle going in me, I don't know. It's just like.
I think it's fine if like someone else did it. I don't want to do it to myself.
So you want someone else to poke you?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe we could do like 1, 2, 3 to each other.
Oh my God. Okay. Anyways. Oh my God. Okay. Back to the life. Oh,
Wait.
Now I hate kids. Okay. We are actually out of time for this episode, but I do think it would be nice to have an episode based off around just being a woman with bodily functions.
Right.
And because we did talk about just being a woman in business, but now that we started talking about kids, there's so much we can unpack.
There's a
just,
lot to explore about that.
Like,
it's a
I
whole
want to talk about
episode.
periods and how miserable
Dude,
I am right now.
I
I'm
haven't
bleeding.
gotten mine in 70 days. I'm not pregnant. Yeah, I don't know. I have irregular periods, and one time I
Wait,
got
that's
it for.
not good.
It's not good. I have to go to the gyno.
You should go to the gyno.
I went before, and then they're like, you just have irregular periods, but you know the
isn't
healthcare
that
system.
like because of something, like something's causing it?
Yeah, but then the gyno that I talked to was like, just take birth control. I'm like, this birth control. I'm like, is that really what you just offered me after not? Like, I don't know, girl.
Okay, I am very curious about all of your conditions.
I have a lot. It
Okay.
sucks.
We should dedicate the third episode to our ailments.
Okay.
Our ailments
So
and
down.
womanly functions.
Yay.
Okay, thank you guys so much for watching.
Thanks.
As we continue to do this, I'm realizing that our podcast so far is incredibly sporadic. Very difficult
Is it?
to remember
Okay.
what the question was.
Yeah.
Because we just start rambling, very off topic. But please be sure to follow at Press Escape Pod on all audio platforms, on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. Subscribe, comment what you guys want to hear us yap about, or what kind of guests you want to see, because we do plan to have
Yeah.
guests in the future.
Very excited about that.
Yes, and if you want us to talk more specifically about something we might have yapped about very briefly, because I do feel like we keep randomly bringing up topics and not finishing the conversation.
I do feel like that too, but like,
Am I bad at this?
no, I don't think you're bad at it at all. It's very nice talking to you about these things. So I feel like we're
Yeah.
vibing well, but I'm like, is it coming off great on camera?
It is.
Okay,
Oh, yeah, no,
yay.
Mauricio would tell us. There were a couple times where I definitely went off track and I forgot the question.
You know, there was a couple times where I just felt static in my head.
You're
I'm
getting off
blinking.
track about ending the show right now.
Oh,
Oh my God. Oh, yeah, you're right. Okay. Oh my God. We got to end the show. Okay. All right. That's crazy. Oh my God, I have ADHD.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just don't, I wonder what I'd be like medicated.
You know,
You know?
I've heard like good and bad stories about it, but maybe it's worth trying once because
I think it'd be worth to try because
It'd be
like what
worth
if
to
it
try.
makes me like different in a good way?
I was just talking about this with my sister's boyfriend because he has ADHD and he's like, you definitely have it, Alyssa. Do you want to take Adderall? And I'm like, I don't know because I feel like I'd go crazy. But he's like, it doesn't alter your mind. And he's like, just take it once. I'm like, okay, maybe we could take it together.
We do an episode on Adderall. What if it just makes us insane?
Girl, I will be literally like, my eye will be twitching the entire time. I would be looking around,
Oh my
sweating.
God. Yeah, it makes me, you go to the gyno, I'm gonna go get tested again for ADHD.
Okay.
Different doctors.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay, thank you guys so much, and we'll see you guys next week.
Yay.
Every Sunday, 8 a.m. PT. 8 a.m. PT. Every Sunday.
Every Sunday.
Bye.
Oh,